Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is me, once again. We are back. I'm screaming into the void of the internet. And I'm going to try not to be as worked up as I can, but I'm going to just talk about something right now. I saw a video, and it's mainly personal, I'll be honest, yeah. Because I hate seeing cocksuckers talking about NEETs, right? And it was basically like them breaking down like the life of a NEET and all this stuff, and you're like, they're just bitter. Basically, the point of the video was just showcasing that, people who are like miserable just want to drag everyone else down with them. And I've always laughed at that statement because they make it seem like everyone who's a NEET has just completely given up and they don't want to try and they're not trying. And listen, whilst I get that there are guys that are like that, I've always really given them the benefit of the doubt because I know what it's like out here. Because everyone to this day doesn't care. They don't care. They don't care and they never really understand. And I promise you that the main people saying that are either people who have had better opportunities in life, right? And even if they've had bad opportunities, as an early age, if you hit adulthood and you just got relatively decent opportunities, then you're not going to understand what it's like to just be completely effed. You're not going to understand that. And I'm going to talk about this for a minute, right? Because basically, they were implying that everyone who's a NEET just wants all the other guys that are around them to like just not succeed and stuff like that. And I was like, this cocksucker has no idea what they're talking about. No one wants to sit around here and just be a burden and be a leech and just wants to do nothing and stuff like that, right? That's not what they want. But for some reason, and I've made this connection, and I'm going to talk about freaking old-timers for a minute, right? You guys ever notice how old-timers are completely unwilling to question crap? The people willing to question crap are people my age, like I want to say 23 to like 30 something, right? But at a certain point, that mid-timer to old-timer, they'll question certain things. But it's only when it's the stuff that they're uncomfortable with. When it's stuff that they're comfortable with, they can't accept it. They can't. Well, I've been working for several decades, so I just refuse to accept that, now you need to do all of this just to get a job. When's the last time you looked, cocksucker? Because listen, I'll go ahead and confess something right now, right? I may or may not, because listen, this might be where it F's me, and if this F's me, it's gonna irritate me, because it's not like it's my last choice, or my only hope, because like I said, I'm just gonna go with life no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, even if I gotta resort to doing the non-legal stuff, if you catch my drift. Because what's the point of trying to, like, pretend like doing it the so-called right way is the actual correct way when it's not working? Basically, for this field, it's going to be a whole bunch of manual labor and a lot of physical, like, fitness. So they asked me a question, right? And get this, right? They asked, did I at any point have asthma? Now, I could lie. The problem is that if they detect something in my health where, like, it could be a breathing problem and stuff like that, and they find out that I did lie, then you are liable to getting in trouble, and, like, you can be completely effed from, like, certain positions and stuff like that, right? Because then it'll be on your record. And so I said the only time I had asthma was as a kid. And that was it. Basically now, they want me to go get some kind of test. It's like some kind of poly something test. To basically, like, measure my breath. Like I said, I don't have a breathing problem anymore. I haven't used an inhaler since I've been a kid. So that's literally decades. And now they want me to get 7 years of medical records. 7 years of medical records. I haven't been to the doctor probably in 7 years. So I don't know what the heck they're even expecting out of the records. Again, I'm going to try and do my best. But the reason I'm talking about this is a prime example. Here's the point, right? Here's the point. I say all of this because everyone and their mom makes it seem like NEETs just need to try harder. NEETs need to do more. NEETs need to just wake up and grow up. When, even in that instance, right, I may have the career. Air quotes, may. But I still need to rely on doctors somehow finding my freaking records, the 7 years that I haven't even been to a doctor, so I don't know what the heck they're supposed to even pick up from that, right? I need to get medical records, so I still need to rely on other people, and then I need to go and get freaking tested. And I don't have freaking health insurance, and so a visit to the freaking doctor, just a stupid arse. I don't even know if you guys have seen Just blood work, just the amount that like, and when you don't have health insurance, just how much that costs. You're just getting tested in general, just checkups at doctors are freaking night. It is ridiculous just how much these cocksuckers want. It's for everything. Even like say mechanics, right? Even if you just got a checkup at a mechanic, these cocksuckers think, oh, yeah, I just diagnosed your car. You got like $80. F you mean $80? You just looked at the problem. You didn't fix it. Just you looking at the problem, it somehow warrants you to say that, oh, okay, I need $80 from that. Listen, we are literally living in a world in real time where you have to rely on everyone else for you to do anything. And people don't want to understand that. They want to just try and say, oh, this is just a loser talk. This is just, like nonsense mindset. Oh, then you just need to join the military. But like I have just shown you, because listen, the military, I actually ran into something similar with the military, right? When I originally got out of high school, I tried to join the Marines. And this is where like the whole like so-called asthma problem came up. And the same thing that's happening now is the same thing that they basically told me there. And I'm like, listen, why the heck is this so important? If I haven't, listen, because I literally went to MEPS. I did all the physical stuff. They saw that I wasn't out of breath. They saw that my health is fine. But they still want all of this other crap. And it essentially stopped me from essentially being able to join the Marines at the time. That along with the fact that I had to move. But my point is this, right? My point is this. Even the cocksuckers just saying, oh, you should just join the military and stuff like that. Look at what I'm doing. I don't even have a problem. So let's just say that you do have a problem like with asthma or some kind of breathing apparatus or something like that, right? Then you're essentially screwed. No one wants to give guys the benefit of the doubt because in typical fashion, oh, if you got a dick and balls, everything is your fault. Everything's in your control and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, I tell you time and time again, if it was on the other foot, then it's a problem, especially these freaking old cunts. This is why I say this. Listen, I know Haku Mass time is going to be rough. I know Haku Mass time is going to be bad, and a lot of people are going to get caught in that crossfire, but I hope to God that at least 80% of these cocksuckers saying it's all your fault, I hope those fuckers get wiped out. I mean it, man. I really mean it. I hope they get wiped out. Because these cocksuckers don't deserve to exist. They don't. They don't. Rarely will I hope that certain people get smoked, but these cocksuckers need it. Because you're holding the people actually responsible. You're saying, listen, so long as the government doesn't do anything to like handle these ghost jobs and all of this nonsense and with these insane requirements, like more and more people are just not going to be able to find work because finding work is literally like looking for gold these days. It's insane. But you holding them accountable, they don't like that. Because listen, for them to accept that the government is at fault would mean that, okay, here is a problem that is literally beyond my own ability to solve it. Because I have to hope that the bastards that are at top, in charge of everything, are doing what they're supposed to be doing. And it's not just on me. They can't accept that. Because they didn't grow up in a world where that was the case for the most part. Even if they were effing their arsehole, the economy was still relatively in, a lot of a better position. So they can't accept that, okay, it's not just you, you don't have to try the hardest and stuff like that. They can't accept that. That's why it's just easier for them to say, oh, you stupid arseneed over there, you're just not trying hard enough. You need to do more. It's so irritating to look at that because, listen, no one asked for this nonsense. No one asked to have all of these cocksuckers let into this country, and then you're competing with people that are willing to work for like $5 a freaking hour, and you know that that's crap. But hey, they don't know it's crap because they're freaking getting supplemented. Yeah. I don't know if you guys noticed, but FEMA released a statement recently, and I have no idea how people can honestly say stuff like that. Say it's loser speak. Say it's all on you. When even these people who are responsible of lending aid to the country have just outright said, we don't have money left because we helped all of these like freaking immigrants. Whether they're illegal immigrants here or immigrants in other countries and stuff like that. Yeah. All of the help that you are supposed to get as a citizen here has gone elsewhere. You now have to compete with freaking illegals that are, again, willing to work for pocket cheap because they're getting supplemented in all these other areas. And they don't want to talk about that. That's not a problem. You just aren't trying hard enough. This is why I say this, and I say this again. I don't blame people for doing it the illegal way. I don't freaking blame them. If you want to get out there and start selling those rocks, I get it. I get why people get into freaking money fraud. Do I condone it? I don't know. I'm not going to say no anymore, though. I'm not going to say no because, listen, all of the cocksuckers at the top, they're doing this crap. They're always caught in money laundering. They're always caught in theft. They're always caught in something. But they're asking you to do it the right way. They're asking you to do it the legal way. But you're supposed to get effed in the arse endlessly, put out of a house, homeless, all of this stuff, completely unable to get any form of help. While all of these cocksuckers are doing it the wrong way, telling you, oh, keep doing it the right way or we'll come after you. Because we make the rules, so we don't have to abide by the rules, right? Guys, it is literally the most irritating thing to consistently look at stuff like that. To just consistently look at someone telling you, oh, it's all like someone else's fault, right? It's all someone else's fault. You know? It's never the government's fault. It's always the individual. These people have not looked for work in forever. And if they have, again, if you've been fortunate enough to have everything in life go your way, that's good. That's good. But I have no idea why people cannot accept the fact that that doesn't work for everybody. Where you start matters, dramatically speaking, especially to the present opportunities that you have. I'll never forget, there's a streamer that I'll watch, and he was in Iowa, and he talked about his life and how, like, he was essentially, like, in this poor, broke neighborhood where there weren't any jobs for the most part, and the best that he had to work with was to become a gas station employee. He tried to join the military, but the military wouldn't take him because of health issues. And I'm like, do people not look at stuff like that and say, yeah, you know, I can see how you were essentially screwed? It's always, no, you just need to try harder. Again, especially if you got a dick and balls. If you got a dick and balls, oh yeah, you just need to try harder. Just do more. Just work harder. Just work 8 times as harder. Irregardless of how difficult it is just to get work in general. But listen, it doesn't matter. And I know I maybe sound like I'm making the same video every once in a while because I have to get it off my chest because it's so irritating. It's incredibly irritating to, like, listen to this stuff. It is. It's irritating. Because no matter what, for some reason, there's always this notion that you are in complete control of your life. And that couldn't be the farthest from the truth. Listen, it could be the furthest from the truth. You do not control where you're born. You don't control what kind of opportunities you have. There are people outside of the U.S. that are just effed, okay? They're never going to know any kind of prospect of prosperity. They're not going to know what it's like to have AC and stuff like that. There are people in the U.S. that aren't going to know what it's like to be able to work overseas, to be able to earn enough to, like, take vacations. They're not going to know that. But no one wants to talk about that. Because, again, if you admit that there is a problem that is beyond your control, you would think that it is the government's duty, as the governing body of the people, to alleviate that problem in some capacity. And because these cocksuckers know that that isn't going to happen, they'd rather not think about that and just instead say, oh, it's all on you. You just need to try harder. You need to do more. Stop being a cocksucker. Work harder. They just put it all on you. And this is why I make these videos. This is why I make it, just to get off my chest and to say, listen, guys, as a NEET, I understand. Because listen, I get that there are NEETs that gave up, and I don't blame them. I can't be one of them because I live in this hellhole of a neighborhood, this freaking ghetto place where I can't walk around the freaking sidewalk consistently, otherwise I'll get mugged, stabbed, or robbed, or anything. So I can't give it up. I get that some people have. I can't give it up. But I also acknowledge it. Listen, I'm trying. I'm busting my arse and stuff like that. And now I somehow got to produce, you know, like freaking medical records that I don't have. Without health insurance, by the way. So, like, I don't know where I'm going to get the freaking money from. I get it. I get why people give up. I get it. I get it. I don't give you guys crap, and I never will. I never will. I don't look down on people. They just feel completely defeated. Life can do that to you. Dramatically speaking. It can, man. It can. It's really freaking irritating to deal with that. It's really irritating to have to deal with knowing that no matter what you do and what you try, you are still at the mercy of someone else needing to actually freaking do what they're supposed to do just so that you have the chance to do what you need to do. But no matter how much you tell this to people, they don't care. Instead, they just take the easy way out. And this, again, is why I say, listen, when this crap pops off, when all these freaking people that are fighting age and stuff like that, if they want to decide, if they want to, like, try and get some more of this country, I just hope that I'm telling you, I hope that they freaking get these cocksuckers. I hope they slaughter these old timers. I mean it. I hope so. They don't deserve to live. If you are completely unwilling to hold the people accountable and you want to consistently blame your freaking fellow citizens for crap that they can't do, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Because people like to say, oh, 7 million people, like 7 million young men are dropped out of the workforce. No, they didn't. They were forced out. They were forced out. They didn't drop out. They were forced out. They could actively be looking for months, and instead you're just saying, oh, well, they just said that they're looking for work. They're just on their computers. What do you want them to do? Just go walk to the place? Why haven't you looked for work, you freaking cocksucker? This is why I'm telling you, I'm gonna say this till the day I freaking die. If I do manage to get something going on, and I got a good bit of money, I'm investing the hell out of pain meds and oxygen and all this stuff. I'm gonna make these old people's lives hell. I mean that crap. Because all of the crap that they're gonna tell me, like that they want to tell me now, and they'll tell all these other NEETs, all these fellow NEETs, oh, loser talk, garbage mindset, I'm going to tell them, get your bootstraps, mate. Why don't you save up? Where's your money? I'm going to tell them all of that crap. So when they're talking about they can't get my oxygen, sonny, my oxygen, help my lungs. Nope, no. Give me your bootstraps first. Go get you a job. All of that same, keep that same energy. Because listen, you got to get older, bucko. All of these fields, I'm telling you, even if the economy gets better, I hope to God that these guys, if the economy does get better, right? I hope they don't go into fields where they have to take care of you cocksuckers. I hope they don't. I hope you are literally getting abused in that nursing home by yourself. No family, no nothing. No one gives a rat's arse about you. That's what you deserve. Because what the heck did you do with your life when you were younger? Did you give other people consideration? Did you give them empathy and sympathy? No? Then why the heck do you deserve it when you're old? You lived an old life. You lived to be old. I don't want necessarily to know if it was fruitful or whatever, but you at least had the opportunity to get that old. Most of these people out here are freaking killing themselves because they can't take the freaking stress. So considering that your arse is still here, I'm guessing that you at least found a way to put up with it. And instead of you using that old life to try and, at least guide the younger generation in some capacity, to help them hold on to sanity and peace, something, what did you do? You talked crap to them. You talked down to them as if you're so much better than them. So again, I just hope that at least if the economy does get better, they don't go in those fields. They don't freaking help you cocksuckers. Rot alone in that freaking bed. Crap yourself, piss yourself in that bed alone. With no one there to help you. Because you freaking deserve it. You deserve it and then some. This is why all the guys that do get their crap together, they just leave. Because they realize that this freaking country doesn't really give a rat's arse about them. And no matter how much they beg and plead and scream at the top of their lungs to be heard, they won't be heard. And if they are heard, they will be ignored. And this is why I make these videos. I get it off my chest. Because yes, though I'm saying this stuff, yes, I feel the same. I do. I feel the same. I feel the same. It hurts, man. It really hurts to know that no one really gives a rat's arse either way. And even if they do, with all due respect, it's nothing that they can do sometimes because of this freaking economy. They can't take you in, they can't give you money, and it's not like they have to. I don't know. I want to make that very clear. I'm not one of these people saying that. But they can't help. Even if they do care, they can't help. But that's where the your government is supposed to. And for all the years where they said, we can't help, we can't do this, billions of dollars to freaking illegals and people outside of the freaking country, they got that money that could have helped you. All of the stuff we can't help, they got that. And now it's at the point where, again, they don't have anything. They don't have anything. They just straight up said that they're completely drained. I'm sure that they'll get some more, I'm sure they'll just print them some more to just give to someone else, though. I'm sure that they would. Because I'll tell you what, I got a hurricane coming my way because I live in Florida. And let's just theoretically say that, I'm one of these freaking boomers and stuff like that, right? Because I can't imagine this. Like, listen, I don't know if I literally just have, like, different neurons in my freaking head, but I just can't imagine completely just throwing someone else to the wayside like this. Because think about it. Let's say that I own the house that I stay in and stuff like that, and this hurricane just completely trashes my house. All of the stuff in my house completely ruined. There are things that happen in life that are beyond your control. Why is it so hard to understand that maybe stuff that it's in your life, you didn't really have to worry about it being completely out of your control, but it happens to other people? And a hurricane is a prime example. Because listen, the fact of the matter is, let's say that did happen, right? FEMA's not going to give a rat's arse about us. They won't have anything for us because they just straight up admitted, hey, all of the money that was here, they gave it to the other people. And it blows me away that we haven't burnt these cocksuckers to the ground and hung them by the gallows. It blows me away. How much crap do you need to hear to know that these people are effing your freaking life up? They make it seem like it's your fault your life is effed up when they are just openly admitting that every decision that they have taken is directly effing your life up. It makes no sense to me. Why there is always this emphasis on it's your fault, you need to do more, when these people are openly admitting to doing stuff like that. I get it, guys. I can't stress it enough. I get it. If you feel like no one else understands, man, I freaking get it. I understand. Because I'm in the same boat. And I get why you might have given up. I get it. You didn't ask for this crap. You didn't ask to deal with this stuff. I get it. It feels tempting to just throw in the towel. And just say, I'll just handle whatever happens. Eventually my parents will kick me out and then I'll just be on the streets. I get it. I get why guys just eventually just accept that. I get it. Because then even if they do get arrested and whatnot, okay, well, now I'm in the freaking state. F the state. So now they got to take care of me. Yeah, I get it. I get why they accept that. I get it. Because it makes no sense. You are trying to do it the right way and nothing's going your way. Nothing's going your way. And they don't care about, like, who hears it. They don't care. They just feel like you're supposed to put up with that. But you know what? It is what it is, It's just life. We're not entitled to good times or bad times. We're just entitled to whatever we get. Don't control what we get. It's just RNG, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. This is why I just say, listen, man, I get why people do what I do. I get why they resort to the illegal activity, the money laundering, the rock selling, if you catch my drift. I get it. I get it. You don't want them to do it, but you make, the so-called honest work impossible to get. I'm not saying I'll do it. Listen, I don't really have a desire to do that stuff. But I'm just saying, like, I get why. I get why people resort to that. I get it, man. Because it's like a criminal. It's like after you become a criminal or something, then you're actually seen. You're actually noticed, and they actually. It's not that they care about you, but they at least put a freaking roof over your head, right? They're obligated to feed you, even if the food tastes like garbage. Yeah, I get it. Heck, funnily enough, even though you get paid like freaking terrible, like garbage, essentially, right? Like, they do give you jobs. Isn't that hilarious? As a criminal, you'd get a job before a freaking citizen. You're just an honest citizen. In the jail system, you'd have a job. Whereas you looking your arse off here, you don't have a job. It's complete nonsense. The absurdity of it all. I get when people just want to be drunk, want to be high. I get it. Because looking at this stuff for too long F's you up. It really does. It overwhelms you. It overwhelms you. But what other choice do you have? And this is something I think that people don't understand about NEETs. NEETs don't have another choice other than that. You know, especially the ones that are actually still looking. The ones that just give up, you know, they just play their games and it is what it is. But the other ones, they're actually looking and they don't have a choice. They have to continuously look at the rejection. Look at the fact that they don't get work and all this stuff. But again, nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's a goddamn shame, man. I'm just making this because I want you guys to know, even though no one's probably listening to me, that, listen, man, I freaking get it. Alright, I get it. I get why you might have given up if you have given up, and if you haven't given up and it's just freaking mentally tolling, I get it, man. I know exactly why you're doing that. I know why it's so intense. I know why you feel so depressed. I get it. Because that's what I feel too. It's freaking exhausting. It is mentally taxing. It really is. These cocksuckers want to talk about the Great Depression, and even in the Great Depression, they at least could feed themselves with their pocket change. You can't feed yourself with your pocket change. I get it, man. So, I just want to say, irregardless of the opinion that people may want to give to you, you know, as a NEET, specifically as a man, you know, irregardless of the opinion that they want to give to you, man, I understand it. I understand what you're going through, and don't think that you will never, ever, for as long as this channel is here, for as long as I draw breath, you'll never hear me give you crap for it. You won't hear me give you crap for it, man. I'll never give you crap for it. Never give you crap for it. Because it's not your freaking fault. No matter what these cocksuckers tell you, you have every right to be angry about the state of your life for crap that you cannot control, that everyone keeps telling you that you can control. You have every right to be mad. You have every right to be mad. They can't even begin to understand what you're going through, but they're going to keep telling you that it's all in your control when they haven't looked for work in decades and crap like that. Must be freaking nice. Wonder what would happen to some of these cocksuckers if the freaking Social Security just dried up immediately. You know, because they want to talk about Social Security like it's a bad thing, but then when these cocksuckers are collecting their little pension, they don't say a word then. But if the pension just dried up, and you had to get your arse out there and work, but my arthritis, shut your arse up, get out there and work. Then it's different. Then they might understand. You know? But I'll just go ahead and end it here, because I could keep going. I could get real emotional, but I've probably gotten plenty emotional now just with how irritated I am from it. I just want to reconfirm, guys, listen, I get it. You'll never hear it from me. You'll never hear me giving you hell for that. You'll never hear that from me. You know, this channel has never really been meant to, like, reach people. But if this video somehow does touch anyone, whether it's, like, 2 guys or something like that, you know, I get it, man. This crap is not on you. It's not on you. It's just the fact that these cocksuckers completely refuse to accept that something is beyond themselves, that they have to rely on something that is already completely effed, and they know it. I think that that's why. They know it's effed, and so they don't want to think about it being effed, and so it's just easier to say it's just all on you. Because for them to admit that it's effed, and to know that it's beyond them, means that they don't have any kind of control over it. Yep. It's the truth, man. So, I'm just going to end this here, man. I hope you guys are hanging in there. If you do want to talk in the comments about, like, your experience, man, talk. I'm here. God bless. I'll see you next time.